Memorial Day 2020 is certainly not the same as it always is, for obvious reasons. But just finished the workout, Murph. Whew, hence I got the weighted vest here. I'm still breathing a little bit heavy. But I decided to do it a second time. I did it on Saturday with a group of peeps from my gym, which we always do every single year for the past 5-6 years. We've been coming together doing the workout Murph. We actually do a challenge along with that, the Hero Challenge, which is a series of workouts that we do each weekend leading up to July 4th, the Hero Strong Challenge. And it is in honor of the fallen heroes, starting off with Murph. So if you don't know what Murph is, it's a hero workout that's been dedicated to Michael P. Murphy, who died in battle serving this country as a Navy SEAL, died over in Afghanistan. He's one of the more famous heroes due to his story, but, there's a multitude of different things that have been created. Lone Survivor is one of them. If you've seen that movie, he's one of the men in that movie, one of the SEALs that died. And not to say he's the best out of all. They're all equally the same. They've all paid the ultimate price to uphold our freedom that we have here in the great US of A. And there's a lot of shit going down right now with the pandemic, and you can get into all the politics. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about, one of the big reasons we do Murph, and 3 life lessons that you can take away from the workout Murph and from other hero workouts. And really for me, to start off, the reason I love doing Murph every single year, and again, this year has been different. Haven't been able to do it with the Force family. We've been doing it virtually, but we had a small group of people in on Saturday, but typically it's 25, 30, 40 people in here just getting after it at all sorts of different fitness levels, regressing the workout as they need to, but they're all doing the same thing, all collectively pushing ourselves through the workout, suffering through the workout, pushing ourselves physically, but pushing ourselves mentally, and knowing why we're doing that. When it comes to fitness, you got to be smart about it. It's not about doing hero workouts every single day, doing crazy-ass workouts for the sake of doing crazy-ass workouts and just saying, oh, I didn't puke today, so the workout was ineffective. We can talk about method behind the madness all day, but that's not what I'm here to talk about with the Hero Strong workout, and most importantly, the Murph workout in this instance. It is about the purpose, pushing yourself, taking yourself to that place physically, mentally, and doing it in honor of everybody that paid the ultimate price for us, all the fallen soldiers. That is what Memorial Day is about. And so the 3 life lessons that you can take from Murph. The first one is important, and it is to stand for something. It is to stand for something. Murph stood for freedom. He stood for, what's right in America. He stood for many things. Being a Navy SEAL, for one, obviously it takes a lot of commitment. It takes determination. It takes hard work, effort. It takes fucking discipline. It takes heart. It takes balls. And it takes courage. Hence, that's why hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people try to join the Navy SEALs. They can be the baddest ass motherfuckers around. And I train a handful of Navy SEALs. I work with them directly. And I know what it takes just having the conversation with them. And you can be in the top physical shape. You can be one of the most badass dudes. But that doesn't mean that you're going to pass, because what it takes to pass is all up here in between your ears, right? Your mindset. And it all starts off with what you stand for. What you stand for. Do you stand for discipline? Do you stand for motivation? If you stand for discipline, that means you're going to do whatever it fucking takes to get the job done. And if you stand for something, and inside the Force Father, how this relates is we have a set of codes, rules, and principles that make up our standards. We don't make fucking excuses. Yeah, we all get tired. We all get beat down. We all get worn out. But we still commit to what we need to do. If that means that we got to get up at 5 a.m. to get our workout in, then so be it. That's what we do, because we stand for something. We stand for being a leader. We stand for being a role model. We stand for being the man that sets them apart from the fucking mass majority out there. And the mass majority out there settles on fucking excuses. They settle on average. They accept mediocrity. And when you stand for something, you say, I am not a man of mediocrity. I refuse average. It pushes you a little bit more. It helps you make the hard decisions. It helps those hard decisions become easy. And going back to what we stand for inside the Force Father, codes, principles, standards. We don't give up. We don't accept less than what we know we're capable of. And we live a life dedicated to discipline, not motivation. And so that's one of the big lessons that you can take away from the workout Murph is stand for something. And I'll tell you, when you get into the workout, this is my second time doing it in 3 days. I did it on Saturday. I did it today. I did a whole workout before that. And I'm not saying this to be like, oh, I'm a badass. Check out me. I did Murph, 2 times in 3 days. I don't care about any of that. It's the principle behind it. I told myself I was going to do it again. Saturday, I was not satisfied with my effort. I pushed. I beat my previous time, but I felt like I had something else in the tank. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it again today. And I sent out a newsletter this morning, said I was going to do it again. I was destined to beat that 40-minute mark. We're at 37:52 today. Granted, I broke it up a little bit different today. I broke it up into 20 rounds of 5, 10, 15 in the middle. But here's the important piece of this. I went through my first part of the workout, had a lot of squats in it, had heavy squatting in it. I knew in my mind, here comes 2 miles of running, 300 bodyweight squats with a weight vest on. I got into the first mile, about a quarter into it, about 400 meters. I looked down at my watch. I'm at .22 distance. That voice started to pop up in my head. So, Travis, your legs aren't going to be able to take this, man. I bet you start cramping up. We'll see how we feel at 800 meters. I just kept running, and that voice started to get louder, started to say, Travis, just take it easy, man. Like, what are you doing this anyways? Why push yourself? You're going to be tired. You're going to be beat later. Why are you pushing yourself through this? I got to the 800-meter mark, and there was that instance where I was going to choose to just say, fuck it, I'll just do half Murph. That's what I was telling myself. I'll just stop at 800 meters. I'll go in. I'll do half Murph. I'll run another 800. Then there's the other piece of me that said, you know what? You said you're going to do this again. You said you were going to do Murph again. Are you going to be a man of your word? Or are you just going to go back on that word? What's the excuse that you're going to fucking come up with? Oh, my legs were tired from doing Murph on Saturday. My legs didn't feel fresh. Oh, I didn't feel like pushing myself that hard. Fuck that. I said I was going to do it, and so I kept going. Easy decision. It was a hard decision. Easy. Past that 800-meter mark, I was all in at that point. I said, fuck it. I'm not going back on my word. Stand for something. Stand for something or fall for anything. And when we're connecting this to your life as a dad, there's a lot of conversations I have with dads that have gained 20 to 30 pounds, that are in a place that they don't want to be right now. They've fallen off the path. They've gotten lazy. They've accepted mediocrity. They got this dad bod. They look in the mirror. They don't like who they see, but they're just full of fucking excuses. Busy, COVID-19, don't have access to a gym. Doesn't fucking matter, dude. If you stand for something, if you stand for being a leader, for being a certain type of individual, you don't need any of that shit. Granted, that shit is going to still step up and be in your way, but it's not going to stop you when you stand for something that's bigger than yourself. So think about it. What do you stand for? I know what all the fallen soldiers stood for. They stood for our freedoms. They paid the ultimate price, sacrifice. You can take that little bit. How can you apply that to your life? Stand for fucking something, or you'll fall for anything. You'll continue to fall for excuses. And so that's the first key lesson that I want you to think about. The second key lesson is simple. Never quit. Never quit. And what I like to connect this with is never out of the fight. Never out of the fight. That was one of the things that Michael P. Murphy kept saying when they were in the battle. He was getting shot up, got shot multiple times, still in the battle, kept saying to his boys, I'm never out of the fight. I'm never out of the fight. It was like a creed. It was a fucking code. They're not going to quit until their last breath. That's a choice. That's a decision that you make. And again, I have a lot of conversations with dads that want to change. They say they want to change. They're ready to change. They're motivated to change. But then when shit gets hard, the motivation is gone. The excitement is gone. They give up. They quit. They accept defeat. And I'm telling you right now, failure is a choice. Failure is an option. It's the easy decision. Quit and give up. Stop putting up a fight. And so if there's anything that you can take away, and especially with a workout like this and what it stands for and what it means, you get halfway in, you have the option to quit, give up, or keep pushing through. Keep pushing through the pain, pushing through the resistance. Like I said, I hit that mark early on in the workout. before I hit that 800 meter mark. I said, am I in, am I out? I've made a decision that I'm fully in. When I got back in after that mile, granted I ran the mile faster this time, I got about halfway through the push-ups, pull-ups, squats. I was about round 13. That's really when it started hurting. And you start to kind of look a little bit ahead. I started saying to myself, that second mile is going to hurt. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be absolutely horrible. But that's where you accept it for what it is, understand that this is a long-term journey, and you keep going. You are never out of the fight. So take that lesson and apply it to your life with anything that you're doing. Third lesson is to chip away and to commit to the process. Commit to the process and understand that this whole thing that we're going through, whole thing of life, but then when you apply it to yourself, you apply it to your health, your fitness, getting yourself back in shape, you have to chip away, and it is a process. And this workout is a perfect example of that. So when I did it on Saturday, I didn't break up the middle section. So you run the first mile, you get in, you have 100 pull-ups, you have 200 push-ups, and then 300 squats. Way harder than how I did it today. I did 20 rounds of 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, and 15 squats. All right, and so that was difficult, very, very difficult. However, you get a little bit of a breather on the pull-ups and the push-ups. The squats actually are kind of like a little breather. You're not fully reaching that state of, being fully fatigued, where when you're going all 100 pull-ups, all 200 push-ups, all 300, it is intimidating. It is intimidating. So one of the things that I use, and I got this from a Navy SEAL, Mark Devine, and it's just like win the next, it's like take baby steps. Just win the next hour. Win the next minute. And if you start thinking ahead to next week, oh my gosh, I got this coming up. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to last to next week. And you start thinking of it that way, you're like 7 days of this. And I'm talking about Navy SEALs. Like Mark Devine used to say, when he went through BUDS, that's how he got through BUDS. Day one, if you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, I got 2 weeks of this, hell yeah, you're gonna crumble, you're gonna quit, you're gonna give up. Whereas if you do what they did and practice mindfulness, practice being in the present, the now. Don't let what the future holds affect you. Deal with the now. Like win the now. And chip away at what you got to chip away. Just take one step at a time, one rep at a time. And that's really how you approach this workout. If you're doing 100 pull-ups straight, you're not going to do 100 pull-ups straight. You're not going to bite that off in one piece. Maybe there's a few people out there that can do it in the world. But for most of us mortals, we have to chip away at those reps. Maybe that's 20 sets of 5. Maybe it's 100 singles for some people. Whatever it is, you just stay committed to that process, and slowly and surely you're going to chip away. And guess what? You're going to get those 100 pull-ups done. Then you go into the push-ups. Then it gets real tough. And you get to 100, and you're like, I want to quit, but you just keep going. You just keep doing sets of 2, sets of 1. Maybe you get a set of 3 here. You just keep chipping away. You stay committed to the process. When it's all said and done, guess what? That's done. Bring on the next challenge. And it's like they say, the whole saying, you can't eat an elephant in one bite. You got to take bits and pieces away. Same thing with whatever process you might be going through. You're trying to get yourself back in shape. It might be this big, intimidating thing. You might have 20, 30 plus pounds to lose, and you think of it and you're like, how am I going to lose this weight? That's intimidating. Guess how you do it? You start with the first pound, and then you're going to lose the next pound. But going even deeper, you just start with the first fucking workout. You start with just dialing in your nutrition, just day by day. Win the next meal. You fucked up. You had a bunch of beers. You had a bunch of shit food. That meal's done, gone with. Win the next meal. Plan better. Do whatever you got to do in the moment, right now. One little thing at a time. It's going to add up over time. It's going to add up. It's going to add up. It's going to add up. It's all going to compound. And then, hey, you just finished the workout Murph. Maybe it took you 90 minutes the first time. The next time you do it in 70 minutes. And then the next time you hit an hour. The next time you're under an hour. You're getting better and better and better and better because you committed to the fucking process. And you just did one rep at a time. Slowly, steadily. Everybody out there wants the fucking quick fix. Everybody out there wants the magic pill. They expect quick results. They expect overnight results. And then when they don't get it, they quit and give up. And I'm telling you right now, you got to expect it to be hard. You got to know it's going to be fucking hard. And at the end of the day, when you stay committed, nothing else feels better than knowing that you stuck with it. You truly earned those results that you just got. Feels good. That, my friend, is valuable. That, you can't put a price on that. You earn it. The look, the feel, the confidence, the health, the edge. That's what I talk about a lot inside the Force Father, is earning back your edge. You want to know how you do that? Number one, it starts with a commitment. It starts with the commitment that you make with yourself inside with these three things that I just shared with you. Stand for something. Have a code. Have a set of standards that you operate by, that you do not break under any circumstances. It's going to make those hard decisions easier ones. Never fucking quit. Stay committed to the process. When you say you're going to do something, follow through, do it. Last but not least, commit to the process. Commit to the process. Understand this journey, it never ends. The destination is the journey. Being in the game. For me, I don't know what I do with my life. If, for example, today, let's just say, okay, today's your last workout. You're going to do Murph and you're going to go all out, and that's that. I don't know what I'd do with myself tomorrow, the following day, next week. Again, you don't want to look in the future, but think about it. Like, it just never ends. You continue to push yourself. It's all about the experiences and committing to the lifelong process of those experiences. So hopefully you get something out of these three lessons. Take it for what it is. Apply it to your life as a dad, as a leader, as a role model, as a husband, as an athlete, as an individual, as a man. Use these life lessons. And aside from that, Memorial Day 2020, my gratitude, my respect, my love, my appreciation to all of the fallen soldiers that paid the ultimate price, that made the ultimate sacrifice to give us the freedoms that we have here in the United States, and to all of those soldiers that are still serving. Each and every one of my clients who were in the military, are still in the military, who will be in the military. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for your service, and your continued service does not go unnoticed. So, that is that. Keep putting in the work. Don't make excuses. Earn it.